Hi guys! So in this video, I'm going to customize this bag that I made. As you can see, it has some imperfections like loose threads, fraying edges, very visible zipper end, and uneven stitching. Despite that, I think I did a great job for my first sewing project. So, my main goal was to draw something right here. I also wanted to use scraps of fabric somewhere instead of throwing it away. Maybe make it a plush keychain or something. And finally use a name badge that I bought a while ago. With all plans in mind, let's start working on them. I started off with sketching a design for a cover. I have a specific sketchbook just for that. I totally didn't buy it and later regretted my purchase. I'll draw a character on the right side, so on the left I had space to put badges on. And a small debate with myself on whenever I'll draw one of my all-time faves or next year of mine. In the end, I'll choose my old scene, as I think they'll make my bag more universal. I feel like if I put an already existing character from a franchise I'm a fan of, then my mind will immediately think of decorating a bag just for that character. Anyway, I'm doing a mock-up of the initial idea I had on my mind, somewhat of a thumbnail, you could say, keeping it fast and well-effort as possible. I decided to add 3D geometric elements around them. I thought it would look cool, but also I thought about them randomly while sketching. After I was satisfied with the mockup, I went to sketch out my OC in higher quality. This OC is undergoing a full remake. It's not just the redesign part, but also a name change. And with like other OCs of mine, I'm planning on writing them for a project of mine. That I have to sit down and start working on it, instead of fantasizing it in my head. After finishing a sketch, I drew a bigger identical one on a random piece of paper. I'll place it under a cover of LED tablet, as I will trace the sketch on the cover. After all that, I start tracing over the sketch with the pen. And let me tell you, this process was a pain in the because the fabric moved everywhere, and I definitely messed up the face proportions a bit because of that. But in the end, I'm glad that everything turned out fine. I'm using a pen because it has a smoother flow and I don't need to press hard. However, I do recommend using a pencil of the same color as your paint, so that your sketch might not show up under your finished product. My sketch is finished, so let's jump to painting it. I'm using brown acrylic textile paint. It will be a perfect match with beige bag and overall would look great. I'm using a small brush to outline the lines I did with the pen. Later on, I'll make some lines thicker if needed. I usually add more thickness on curved lines and on areas that will have shadow around it. In this case, it will be this part of the bangs that I messed up a bit. Oops. By doing so, I give my line some sense of coolness and a bit of life. It's okay, I just do it because I like it. I then add thicker outline around the character to make them stand out just a bit. To make them more finished, I'm adding shadows on their hair and eyes. Time for 3D geometric elements. I'm using an empty paint container as a stencil for the circles, painting the bottom of it and pressing down on the back. For this guy, I'm painting it inside, while with the other ones will be hollow on the inside. Now I'm adding another circle around it. I'll repeat this process to other circles. The reason I chose circles is because I think they will match the line art for the character, and generally they look cool. It's a really easy shape to draw, especially if I have a stencil. And I think, well, personally in my opinion, it's a specific shape that I will feel like I have zero problems with. I then add smaller dots and circles to complete the design. And with that, I'm done! Time for accessories. I'm starting with the name badge because this guy has been sitting on my desk for a while and I'll use it as a keychain for my drawing. But first, let's prepare what I'll draw on. I used a scrap of cardboard and glued paper on both sides. And after that, let's start drawing. Here, I let my desire to draw final come through, and I'm gonna drop your vanilla cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom. On one side, I'll draw my favorite spine of his, which is where he gives a smug face, and on the other one, it would just be in low quality. Which after filming, I thought it would be better if instead of that, I drew Nagito Kameda from Danganronpa 2, since both of them are my all-time favorites. Oh well, glad I fixed it off camera. Let's stop the off-talk and start doing on-talk. After sketching with a red pencil, I went with dark brown pencil and started doing line art. I had to sharpen this guy multiple times because he was softer than the rest of his guys from a set. I also used the same pencil to color him, which led me to use a brown liner for the lines. I really like drawing pure Vanilla's hair. This is just something that makes me addicted to it, especially with his long hair in the Awakened version. I really like drawing the ends of it, they're so fun. I also like drawing his soul gem deco. It looks like a 4-leaf flower. He has a lot of details that are fun for me to draw. He's also a well-written character, that of course gets mischaracterized. I still love him though. I'm Team Pure Vanilla since 2021 and I'm still thriving. Yeehaw! You can see here why I let her run with the liner and the low quality Pure Van. Rest in peace, Pure Van. Anyway, let's start decorating the name badge itself. With stickers. I'm using thin stickers and puffy ones to decorate the window around the frame. This process is definitely my most favorite out of all the ones. All you do is put stickers somewhere you think is the right place for them. It calms me down, and after finishing decorating, it looks nice and cute, cool, neat, amazing, any nice adjective there is. I love decorating with stickers. They make my sketchbook more fun and pleasant to look at. And I think I'm a bit addicted to stickers since I have like 20 plus of them laying on my desk. I really need to use them instead of adoring them. And with that talk, I finished decorating a name badge on both sides. So let's start working on the plush keychain. I'll use felt for this project and I'm gonna make a croissant. I painted a pattern into felt and cut 2 pieces of it. And they don't look like croissants whatsoever. Dookie croissants. Well, I pinned 2 of those pieces together so it would be easy for me to sew them. Using a brown nylon thread and going with a whip stitch, which I learned the word for that type of stitching just now. I tried to be not too far away from each other, but also not too they were roommates type of close. I don't know how to explain what am I doing. After almost reaching the end, leaving a small gap, I turned it inside out and started filling it with scraps of fabric. I thought that what was left from a bag wouldn't be enough to fill a keychain, but I don't know if I was lucky or what, the amount of it was perfect. Like, I filled it to the brim. After stuffing Dookie croissant, I put a small ribbon in, making a tiny loophole and sewing the keychain fully. I want to make lines to turn this nugget into a croissant. Or at least try to make it look like a croissant. I'm repeating this 2 times so the lines will be thicker. After that, I put on a jump ring with a clasp through the hole. For the finishing touches, I'm connecting a name badge and a keychain with a ball chain, going through a jump ring. And I'm done!